a personality shaped by being an athlete and a background in mainstream sports media, I found that the stories I was most interested in telling were the ones often overlooked, the ones that might not otherwise be told, the ones that show the intangible and not just the highlight reel. The Sports Council is about highlighting the great, the good, the unique, and everything in between in the Pacific Northwest sports world. I'm Jamie Council. Thanks for joining me.
You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, the Tri-Cities leader in sports.
Welcome to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. I'm Jamie Council, and we're in Pasco, Chiawana High School, joined by Coach Riley Dodson. How's it going, Coach?
Very good. Thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. So head coach of Chiawana boys soccer. Season just about to be finished up within the next week. How are things going over at Chiawana?
Really good, really good. We're kind of right in the place we wanted to be at the beginning of the season, and that's with the chance to win the league title on the last game of the season. So it's always crazy how much time we spend preparing for the season, the anticipation of the first game, and then it's like you look behind your shoulder and the whole season's already gone already. So it just goes by really quick once it gets going.
I feel that with this show, seasons only last so long, and I only do a show once a week, and I'm like, oh, I want to catch up with that program, and then I'm all of a sudden I'm like, wow, like it's about done. Yeah. And it's been a good season for you guys. Right now, sitting second in the MCC, Richland undefeated. 1-0 that you guys faced them, and Pasco also has one loss, and you guys were the ones to hand it to them. So that's kind of expected where you expected yourself to be. Yeah,
I mean, it was kind of we knew Pasco and Richland were going to be kind of the teams competing for a league title, and then Kennewick has really improved as well. Yeah. So we knew it was going to be tough going to win the league, and it probably might have to be won on the last day of the season. So we're in the same spot we were last year, where we're rooting for the Bulldogs to beat the Bombers on Friday night. One time a year we'll do that, but yeah, that's it.
Well, that's exciting, and that was a good win over Pasco, a decisive 3-0.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a really close game. We had a little moment of magic by Eli Sanchez to kind of break the deadlock, and then we got a goal early in the second half, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the game, and Adonis Upton was able to get his first goal in El Clasico. He's had a lot of opportunities over the years, and he was really happy to get that third goal.
Can you tell me a little bit about the MCC? We mentioned Richland, Pasco, Kennewick, as well as Chiawana. Good contenders in the MCC, good programs. How do you guys differ in the styles of play? You take a look at Richland, they get the wins, but it's 1-0. It's a very close game. So can you tell me from your perspective as a coach, what makes you guys the same or differ?
I think the thing that makes a lot of the top teams the same is they all have coaches that are willing to adjust or do something different if the occasion arises. So even though we played Pasco and Richland and Kennewick for that matter earlier in the season, we can't expect the exact same thing, and they've proven to change things up a little bit and make things more difficult for us. So when you have really good players, it's hard to beat really good players, and then you add good coaching against good players, and it makes the challenge even harder. So there's definitely more parity in the league this year than there has been in the previous couple years, and I think it's actually made all the teams stronger as well. Walla Walla's having their best year in a while, and they're beating 4A teams with regularity. So the league is definitely stronger, and we see that in the Big Nine and in the GSL. At one point, like a week or two ago, 8 of the top 12 teams were East Side teams, and that doesn't happen too often in the RPI. So soccer is definitely better right now in Eastern Washington and the MCC as well.
What do you attribute that to?
I think it's just when you have a team like Pasco, when we came in and they were better than everybody and they were beating everybody, you want to compete with them. You don't want to lose 4-0. So next thing you know, it's 2-1, or you've beat them a game 1-0. So you have to pick up your game to hang with the top teams in the league. And Richland, before last year, they were kind of in the same boat. They were in the middle of the table. They got a new coach, and now they're one of the top teams in the league. They were, beating us was one of their biggest goals. They would joke that they don't have a rivalry with Hanford. They have it with Chiawana. So they've been wanting to beat us for a while, and trying to compete at the highest level, it makes teams and players better. So
what you're saying is boys soccer in the Tri-Cities just hates to lose.
That's 100% true. Yeah, we're all good sports. There's never any animosity at the end of the games, but yeah, there's not a lot of hugs and high fives between the opposing coaches at the end of the game.
Well, that's fair. I would question if it wasn't that way. And I think you answered part of this, but when it comes to coaches in MCC boys soccer, what is the relationships like where you take a look at other sports? I think it's fascinating to take a look at the inner coaching relationships, inner coaches in general. What does that look like for boys soccer?
It's interesting because there's a lot of guys that have been here for a long time. So Potter and Bennett at Kamaikan, like they've been head coaches there for a long time. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody is, I think, pretty friendly with one another. We get to surprise each other every once in a while. Walla Walla made the trip down here. They forgot balls and pennies, and we were more than accommodating to make sure they could warm up correctly. And I think they were a little bit surprised, but we've been in that same situation too, where we forgot something and we needed some hospitality from an opposing team. So while we're all competitors, there's no really animosity or bad feelings, I think, from one to the other.
Absolutely. And what year is this for you as head coach for Chiawana boys soccer?
This is my eighth year.
Eighth year.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about the squad that you have this year. One game left in season, possibly an MCC championship on the line. And we'll talk about that when we come back. Again, we're catching up with head coach Riley Dodson of Chiawana boys soccer. You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Living in a rental shouldn't mean settling for poor-tasting tap water. With Soft Water Specialists, you can have pure, clean drinking water in your home, easily and affordably. Our countertop filtration system removes impurities, improves taste, and fits perfectly in any rental space. Plus, it can produce hot or cold water. No big installations, no hassle, just fresh, crisp water. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and love your water again. Soft Water Specialists. See why we have a 5-star rating on more than 600 Google reviews. Visit softwaterspecialist.com and love your water where you live.
Remember 1981? Car payments were $200, maybe $300 a month? Yeah, we missed that. During our 45th anniversary, we're not bringing back the 17% interest rates or the hairstyles, but we are bringing back something better. Payments that actually make sense. Drive home a new Chevrolet with modern tech, safety, and reliability with real offers that work today. Enter to win $4,500 for you and $4,500 for a local nonprofit. Stop by any McCurley location to enter. No purchase necessary. McCurley Chevrolet, your way home.
If you've got a winery, brewery, or dairy, why buy industrial parts and supplies from across the country? Central Industrial Sales is your local source for supplies and equipment for the dairy, food processing, winery, and brewing industries. We specialize in custom fabrication, industrial cleaning equipment, sanitary fittings, valves, pumps, chemicals, and many other supplies. Everything's available through our website, by phone, or by dropping by our office. Call 509-375-4032 or find us at centralindustrialsales.com.
You're listening to Jamie Council on the Sports Council.
Welcome back to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports, catching up with Riley Dodson, head coach for Chiawana boys soccer. 8th year at the helm of the Riverhawks, and right now sitting second in the MCC, 1 game left to play. And you mentioned some of the names of stepping in to make the season to be where it is. How would you describe the style of play for Chiawana boys soccer?
I would say it's very pressing, very hardworking, lots of energy expended. Sometimes it leads us to being a little bit frantic. Like once we win the ball, we want to carry on that high pace when it needs to just slow down a little bit, play feet. So that's been the challenge, is getting these guys playing hard defensively, and then when we win the ball, shifting into just being a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more composed and try to pick the other team apart instead of just go for it right away.
In the first segment, we talked about some of the names. Is there anybody that you didn't mention? Let's talk about the players that play for Chiawana boys soccer.
Yeah, so a guy that is in his 4th year as a starting goalkeeper, Moises Nino. In that shootout loss to Richland, they actually got in with about 3 minutes left in the game, their only shot on goal. It was by him before he got a hand to it, and he ended up, like everybody thought, even when he got a hand to it, it was going in. Saved it out for a corner. We collected the corner. So as good as we've been without Moy as our goalkeeper, it would be a completely different story. And then just keeping it in the back line, I already mentioned Ian, Cappy, and Gustavo being back now, Alfredo playing the left back, but Gio Mendoza, again, this is his 3rd year starting on varsity. He's started at center back this year, left back, right back. He'll move anywhere we need him to. And that guy, over the last 3 years, has had some unbelievable 1v1 battles against some of the best wingers in the state. And it used to surprise us how he would always come up on top, and now we expect it out of him. So Gio, and then Callum Laird, he's been our holding midfielder, such an important role for our team, a role that's really been lacking for the last few years. And again, him solidifying that role has made a huge difference for us. And then another guy that's been our top goal scorer, and also a guy that when we really needed a goal, he's found a way to do it. Eli Sanchez, again, he's a 2-time first-team all-conference midfielder. So he's just stepping into the role of what a senior should be that's had all this experience. And then we got forwards. Again, we have so many forwards that it's hard to find everybody the good amount of minutes. Morgan, my son, does a little bit different job than most of the other forwards in the league. We play off of him a lot through his head, flick-ons. He's a very unselfish player. Sometimes we want him to be a little bit more selfish. But I think, again, a thing that sets him apart is the defensive work that he does. Every long throw, every corner kick, every free kick, he's running back from the forward position. One game he had 8 defensive clearances, just as a guy coming back to win balls in the air. So that's been a big help for us. And then Asael Seha is a sophomore, and unbelievable work rate, unselfishness, always running hard, always pressing the other defender. Like if every single player on our team could just hustle and play as hard as he does, like you'd win a state championship for sure. And then Jose Ira, we call him Pelon. He is another guy that's a sophomore and so good with the ball at his feet, scores goals, one of our top goal scorers, a lot of the games coming off the bench too. So we've kind of got it all in defense, midfield, and attack right now.
And not just from an athletic standpoint, being a student athlete, but something that we've talked about off of the show is the student part of that, of instilling that into your players. So talk about that part of your job, because every coach is different. There's no one right way to be a coach, but you have seen some players go to the next level to pursue endeavors off of the field.
Yeah, so when I took over 8 years ago, the theme at Chiawana Soccer was your best couple players would be ineligible the second half of the season because they wouldn't maintain grades. So we came in and said you have to have, the state says you have to have a 2.0, you have to have a 2.5 to play for us. And we explained to him, you're not reliable. If you're a 2.1 guy and you get one bad grade, and now you're a 1.9 and now you're taken off the field, like we can't count on you for that. So after the second year here, we started getting on the honor roll as a team every year. We missed it last year, but we got back on it this year, 3.05 GPA for the whole team. And these guys, it just unlocked so many opportunities for them to play at the next level because we have so many good players, but sometimes their grades or what they did their freshman and sophomore year because they didn't understand the importance of it is affecting their ability to play at the next level. So we just want them to give themselves every opportunity and understand that, every guy that's ever struggled, once he gets to 3.0, we're like, hey, how hard was that really? Like, you can do that, right? Yeah, coach, it's not that hard. Yeah, I bet you can get a 3.5 too. Wouldn't that feel good? So once they understand and they see that, hey, I just show up, I turn in my work. If I get a bad grade, I go to the teacher, they help me learn it and understand it better. They're so much better off in the school environment and then in the work environment and when they leave school.
Absolutely, and it takes somebody showing them that path, and in that case, it's you.
Well, yeah, I was... most of these guys are all way better students than I ever was. So I learned the hard way. And I also got it figured out the end of my junior year. And I was a scholar athlete my senior year. And that was a great feeling for a guy that struggled with eligibility. So I know that these guys can do so much more. You just have to ask it of them.
So getting them eligible so they can play, but also providing opportunities in the workforce after they hang the cleats up. But right now, that is far from the minds of Chiawana boys soccer. Your last regular season game is tomorrow night. So Friday night at 7 o'clock, you guys are hosting Kennewick in town. What can people expect?
Kennewick is a good team, and they have some of the best individual players in the league. Some guys that I coached when they were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And again, they have a good coach that studies film. He's always prepared for what you're going to throw at him. So it doesn't matter where they're at in the table. They could be first, they could be middle, they could be bottom. They're always going to give us a tough game. It's going to be explosive. When we played them earlier in the year, it was only a 2-1 game, but it was action-packed the whole time. So it's going to be a great game on senior night tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be interesting. Again, we talked about in the first half of the show. Right now, you guys are sitting second. Pasco is sitting second. Both of you guys with one loss. Your loss to Richland. Pasco's loss to you. And also tomorrow night, it's Richland and Pasco. So it's all coming down to the wire for MCC boys soccer.
Yep. It's all mucked up at the end, but it'll get sorted out here Friday night.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Again, Riley Dodson, head coach for Chiawana boys soccer. When we come back on the Sports Council, we'll hear from a couple of the Riverhawk players. This is the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
If you've got a winery, brewery, or dairy, why buy industrial parts and supplies from across the country? Central Industrial Sales is your local source for supplies and equipment for the dairy, food processing, winery, and brewing industries. We specialize in custom fabrication, industrial cleaning equipment, sanitary fittings, valves, pumps, chemicals, and many other supplies. Everything's available through our website, by phone, or by dropping by our office. Call 509-375-4032 or find us at centralindustrialsales.com.
Remember 1981? Car payments were $200, maybe $300 a month? Yeah, we missed that. During our 45th anniversary, we're not bringing back the 17% interest rates or the hairstyles, but we are bringing back something better. Payments that actually make sense. Drive home a new Chevrolet with modern tech, safety, and reliability with real offers that work today. Enter to win $4,500 for you and $4,500 for a local nonprofit. Stop by any McCurley location to enter. No purchase necessary. McCurley Chevrolet, your way home.
Hi there, it's me, the Water Boy. Are you tired of water that doesn't taste or smell right? Woo! At Soft Water Specialists, we can remove contaminants and odors, leaving you with better tasting water. Your appliances will last longer, your clothes will be softer and brighter, and your skin and hair will feel incredibly clean. And right now, get 0 down and 12 months same as cash on all our water systems. To transform your water from H2O no to H2O yeah, call Soft Water Specialists today.
You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, the Tri-Cities leader in sports.
Hi, my name is Morgan Dodson. I'm a senior, and I play forward.
I'm Alfredo Andrade. I'm a junior, and I play left back.
So we're talking Chiawana boys soccer, and right now you guys are sitting at a good point in the season. You weren't sure what team would come back losing the player of the year last year. So talk about to get to this point, the work that's put in. Did you guys expect yourself to be potentially tied for first in the MCC at the end of the season tomorrow night?
Yeah, well, even after we lost last year in the state semifinals, I knew we have a good group of boys. We all love each other. We're real tight. Been playing together for a while, and we just got a good group all around. So I was pretty confident we could do good, and hopefully we'll end up making another run again.
Yeah, just feeling good from last year. We have a group of guys. I mean, we all love each other, and just we believe in each other, and yeah.
So last year, losing some players, but having the opportunity to go all the way to a state semifinal, what did you take away at the end of last season, getting that far, but not quite getting to that state championship?
It was a super fun experience, like being the first group from the school to go that far, and it was fun just like staying in the hotel with all our teammates and friends. But we definitely had a sour taste left in our mouth. We thought we could have won the whole thing, so we know what it takes to get there. So we're gonna try to get back. I think we can. I think we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun experience, you know, being with the team overnight, you know, and I think something we could also take away is that when we travel over there, I mean, go to that side of the mountains, there's some good players over there as well, you know, yeah.
Knowing what to expect. Mm-hmm. And last season, you know, we're taking a look. You guys have one loss to Richland and PKs. Richland was the MCC champions last year. So it's something that you guys know. I guess it's not a step back. It's not a deterrent for you guys. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, we played a tough game against them. We obviously didn't have the outcome we wanted to. We didn't always capitalize. I know Freddie played me a couple good balls I could have scored on, but we put it behind us. We could face them again in districts or somewhere later down the line. So just got to keep our heads on straight and keep working.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. We're a good team. It comes to PKs and it doesn't go our way. But I mean, the only thing we could do is keep our head forward, look onto the next game, and do our best.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not one game isn't the end of the season, is what we're getting at. And with that being said, you know, talking about expectations this year, you didn't know what you would return. What has made you guys successful this year in your eyes as a player?
I think we have a really good team dynamic. I think we all work pretty hard and we all believe in the system we're in. And obviously guys like Eli and Pelon and Asa just scoring goals. They've been scoring. They've been doing well. Freddie's been walking it up back there on the defense. Ian too, and Gustavo and Gio. Like everybody's been playing great. Callum too in the midfield, and obviously Moy back there. Moy's our rock. Like against Richland, man, they had one like 7 yards out from goal. Like kid hit a good shot, but Moy was there. Like, and if that kid made that, like nobody would ever even thought like, oh, that's on Moy. Like no one would have thought Moy could even have got it. But having him back there, it's like we have so much trust in him. Like we can rely on him in any moment. So it's nice having all these guys who can play and we all believe in each other.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the players we're with. You know, we believe in each other. We have each other's back all the time.
having each other's back is important. And for you, Alfredo, you can play a lot of different positions on the field. And here at Chiawana, you're more defensive. Is that talk about that transition for you, that part of the game of being the player that you're needed to for the Riverhawks?
I do. I want to go. I want to play where I want to play. You know, it doesn't really matter. But I just want to do what the coach wants me to do to help out the team the best I can. Yeah.
Absolutely. And to end the season, you guys have Kennewick tomorrow. What are your words of wisdom, keys to the game against the Lions?
Just play for each other. Play for our seniors. It's their senior night, so let's go get a dub for them.
What about you, Morgan?
Yeah, they're a tough team. They always play us really tough, so we definitely got to go into it knowing they're going to give us 100%, and we got to lock in and do our thing and get it done.
And what goals have you set for yourself this season?
I want to go back to the Final Four at least. I mean, really win a state title, that would be awesome because we've already been to the Final Four. We know what it takes again, so going there with this team and winning a state title will be the perfect ending.
Yeah, definitely finishing where we ended off last year is just finishing the job this time.
Unfinished business. Yeah. Unfinished business. And tomorrow's senior night, and Morgan, this is the second sports season that we've talked about your senior year, and a lot has changed since we last talked. I know right now your mind is on the pitch, but it's been a very busy time off the field. We're in the fall committed to Montana and decommitted now at Eastern. Talk about that for you of what you see in the Eagles, because right now it's at Chiawana, but next year you're in Cheney.
Montana was great and awesome and everything, but it's kind of far away. It was pretty expensive. I wasn't on a scholarship or anything. And then out of the blue, I saw the Eastern's kicker left, so I had a mutual friend hit him up, and he said they still wanted me, so I hopped on the phone with the coach, and they said they had a scholarship for me, and I went up the next weekend and visited, and they were all very welcoming, like they treated me like family, so it was pretty nice, and it made the decision easy. And it's close to home, too. It's the hometown school, you know, and so, yeah, I'm excited to be an Eagle.
Absolutely, and going to be playing on the Inferno in football, not football. Talk about that part where playing both sports. It's a very interesting place to be in, where you have your football family and then you have your we'll just call it your soccer family.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, soccer's a lot of fun for sure. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss playing with these boys. It's been a lot of fun. So, I really want to emphasize going out on a bang and doing the best we can.
Absolutely. And what about having your final season with your dad as head coach?
Yeah, it's been very special and awesome to be able to play for him. I think we're all kind of lucky to have a coach like him who's put lots of his own money and time and effort into this program ever since he took it over. And that's reflected how well the program's done. Like, it wasn't too great when he took it over, and now we're a top team in the state competing every year. So it's been special to play for him, and I'm glad I was able to do it.
Absolutely, on the pitch as well as in the classroom. And Freddie, I'm going to end on this. Alfredo, tomorrow, Kennewick, 7 o'clock, senior night at Chiawana. Why should people come out and watch the Riverhawks play?
I mean, we could just show them what we're about, you know. Last game home for our seniors as well. Come support them, come support our team, you know. I think that's why you should come out.
Well, best of luck, and thank you guys so much for your time.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that wrap up this week's show of the Sports Council. Thank you for joining me on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. A reminder, the Sports Council happens 4 times a month, 11:30 a.m. on Thursdays. But you can listen to this show not just over the airwaves at 11:30 on Thursdays, but also on demand at 1340ESPNradio.com via podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search for the Sports Council. And it's also available via YouTube. So lots of ways to listen to the Sports Council and support our local sports community. Until next time, I'm Jamie Council. Now we go back to your originally scheduled Seattle sports programming.